Hi guys, how is everyone doing? It's Thursday and I'm here. So today I'm going to do something a little bit different. I'm going to be talking as I work. Okay, so come on, I'm going to show you. I was working on something. There's something I was working on, and I'm going to walk and talk today. This is my studio space. Oops. Hi guys, how was your week? I realized that I still need to talk about Balenciaga. So hi, welcome to my live. Today I'm going to be working and talking. So there is a project I'm working on. I'll show you. Yeah, this is the dress. So I'm just going to chit chat with you guys while I work. So this, I was working on this yesterday, but look, the neckline is unfortunately smaller. So what am I going to do? You see this cast face here, right? So now I would just make it easy and just add some fabric here, you know, like add, but then it will look ugly. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it off. I'm going to take it off, and maybe I should put, how should I perform this? Oh, this is actually nice. Like this. Yes. Hi. My sim ripper. This. And yeah. And I'm going to undo this, right? So last time I was talking about Balenciaga, and I didn't extensively talk about it, and it was just everything that happened with this brand. It just goes to show you that we are indeed what we wear, and we should stop feeling low self-esteem when it comes to our, is it bargaining power when it comes to these brands, right? Like we need to make it known that our buying power is important, and like the creators should listen. I have sinuses. And the creators should do what? Should listen to the consumers, right? If they say they are not into child exploitation, then then that's what they should be doing, right? Right. Oh, okay. So this is the piece. This is the piece for the this is a piece for the neckline. Like I told you, it was missing something. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add, this is the center back. As you can see, I had written on it, right? A center back, and always center back is always at a 90 degrees. That's why it's like this. So I'm going to, wait a minute. So it was like this, right? So it's like this, right? So ideally I need to add like this, because, whoa, that's going to be a little bit complex, but it can be done. Yeah, so you guys, you are what you wear, right? You are what you wear. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to get some tape. That's a big piece of tape. I don't want a big piece. Come on. I don't want a big piece of tape, right? Just usually it's masking tape. Masking tape is better to use because you can draw on it. But so from what I remember, the center back is the one that had a problem, right? I hope you guys can see what I'm doing. The center back is what had the problem. So what I'm going to do, I don't know, hope you can see. Remember it was closing up. So what I'm going to do is, I don't want it to be so tight. I'm going to extend it a little bit. So after I extend above, now below is what we need to expand. So I'm going to do this. It's still at a, oops, oh damn. So it's still at a 90-degree angle here. So like remember what I told you, that the center back must always be at a 90-degree, right? That's what I'm trying to do here. So let me bring my curved ruler. And this is how they adjust patterns. Like for example, if you made something small, this is how you can adjust your pattern, right? Okay. It's so hard to multitask me talking about Balenciaga and all of this, but I'll do my best. So I would want to challenge you guys to go and find out the meaning of Balenciaga. Then you will know that every brand that you support, I hope you're seeing I'm drawing the seam allowance, that extra 1 centimeter all around is seam allowance, so that when I sew, I'm going to sew here, right? Making sense? Yeah, this is a sewing line. So back to Balenciaga. Every brand has a mission and a vision. For example, my brand's vision is to make beautiful, one-of-a-kind pieces, upcycle pieces from old to new, and the goal is to spread awareness towards fast fashion and textile waste that is affecting my country, Uganda. So me, that's my ethos. That's my ethos for my brand. We never take time to read those ethos. You see, I'm cutting now. I'm cutting. So bam, done. So now I have, as you can see now, it's much bigger. Although, oh my god, although I hope I added the right amount. You know what, let me add, because it's better bigger than small. I don't want to be cutting again. I want to be cut, but don't do like me, man. Me, I'm very, how to say, haphazard in my shape. Don't do like, I'm just going to extend the seam allowance. No, but not up, only down. So if I'm doing it down, if I do it up, then it will be so let me do it down. So every brand has its own ethos. Before you spend your hard-earned money making other people rich, you can see my hair. Before you spend time making other people rich, you need to take time and see what they stand for, because you might be worshipping the devil without you knowing. I mean, those of you who know. If you do not know, then you do not know, okay? And some of you were probably wondering what's with the outrage. Those of you who know, during 2020, there was a whole plethora of information that was coming out, right? When it comes to the little children and what is exactly they do, and why children are targeted so much. Like, of course, they look at us adults as used goods. They're like, sorry, I'm looking for my, let me not leave you guys hanging. Ooh, I look cute. Look at me. Yes, they use kids. Anything that involves, guys, I'm sorry, excuse me. Give me a second. I'm looking for my fabric so that I can cut. I don't remember where I put it yesterday. No. Oh, yeah, here. Yeah, here. And this time I need to do a nice cut so that what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at the neckline on the dress. This is a client's dress and the client is not coming. The client is supposed to bring me their lining so that I'm done with this once and for all. But the client ain't coming. So you remember what I was telling you? Ideally this is the, yeah, this is how it's supposed to be. Yeah, like this. So it is supposed to be like this is the back, and I had made a mistake in cutting. You see, I usually want the patterns to match, just like how you see I cut right. You know what I mean? Like it's exactly the same, left and right. So what I'm going to do is I had made a mistake while I was cutting this one. So since I have a chance to correct it, since I have a chance to correct that mistake, I'm going to make sure that when I'm cutting, it's somehow reflecting this. Yeah. So I'm going to fold right over here. I hope you can see. I'm going to fold right over here. Yeah. And then I'm going to make that the center front, and I'm going to cut and fold, as you can see. But don't be like me, because this is really wasting fabric. But this is already a leftover fabric, so I'm not so worried. Although the client said they wanted to have a how to call it, something for their head, right? Yeah. So here goes. Now my new pattern is here. There is something that was wrong with the other pattern. Maybe I should correct it, because when you see what I mean, like when you open, I don't like this. It should be again at a 90-degree angle. Let me correct that. Sorry guys, I might correct that. Otherwise I don't want that thing there. I don't want it. So I'm going to, yeah, you'll see what I mean. So I'm going to pin the pattern. I'm going to pin the pattern to the fabric, and I'm going to cut. Okay. Now, where are my fabric scissors? Come on. Ah, there. Okay, let's cut now. Now remember, I made a 90-degree here because I was tired of the other thingy. So I'm going to I don't know if you can see what I'm doing. It's unfortunate, but okay, I'll bring it closer. Remember, I told you like I added, so I extended the line here because I don't want that curve. Damn it. Don't be like me, you know. If you want perfect stuff, you have to be super duper precise. Because I'm now showing you, I don't want to show you mediocre execution. So anyways, every brand has its own ethos. Most of the luxury brands actually started with, for example, Cristobal Balenciaga was just a normal tailor and like a seamstress who started making beautiful gowns and stuff. And I think once capitalism started, I think especially after the World War II, right? This is when we see all these brands coming up. Because during the Industrial Revolution, like fashion was not so big, like all these fashion brands were not so big because fashion as a statement hadn't yet, made. First of all, women were even still fighting different kind of human rights, so we never had that kind of exposure to express ourselves, right? So most of the brands, I think during that time, the only person who was influential, who we can think of in fashion, we can think of Coco Chanel, right? Coco Chanel is one of them. So you guys, I'm going to cut two of these pieces because one is in the front, one is in the back. So the one in the back, I'm not going to be so precise with the placing of the prints. Why? Because it's in the front. I mean, it's not in the front, it's inside, so nobody's gonna see that shit. So that's why I don't mind. Cutting. But do I have enough to cut? That's the other thing. I have to. In my language, it's called kutete nkanya. And you know kutete nkanya. I have to kutete nkanya and see that I have to kutete nkanya and see that I can. Yeah, this works. Yeah. Oh yeah, it's supposed to be like this. Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no, 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 no. So hi guys, if you're just joining, I'm just having a chit chat while I finish this client's singing. So my point is, after World War II, that's when we saw a plethora of these brands coming up. Now, I'm still talking about Balenciaga. It was started by Cristobal Balenciaga. I remember in fashion school studying about Cristobal Balenciaga and all his couture designs, and I was very intrigued. Even all these Christian Dior's and whatever, they started as just normal tailors with the concept. Maybe they got muses, maybe as how to call it, as actresses or singers or whatever, and those made them popular. But the initial like branding, I think branding and all these patenting and copyrights, I could be mistaken, but I think it started in around 60s, like branding of fashion, where we see like the real Christian Dior brand popping up. And by the time it was in the 80s, fashion was already like a very huge industry, right? Now, as we have come to the 21st century, of course, fashion has been used to represent different things, yeah, like statements, culture, whatever, you know, whatever it is. But since our world has become extremely capitalist, right? It has become extremely capitalist. That means that morals go with capitalism. Capitalism is very selfish. It doesn't care about, oh yes, you see I corrected it, right? Remember before it was like this, it had this cackle, this, you know, this curve here is a curve, but now it's straight. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put stiff. I'm going to iron on stiff, and I'm going to cut, and then we're gonna sew. That's super exciting. So here is my stiff. I'm going to bring you on a journey to my iron. Okay, what up? It's kind of cold, like where I'm wearing. My studio doesn't have heating, so I have to wear this hot jacket. Come. Okay, here we are. I think there you can see. So, as I was still saying, when we got into the 80s, we started to care so much. We started different movements. Then in the 70s, all those Woodstock festivals, the hippie movement, like people were still carefree, to be honest with you. However, when we came into the early 2000s, the new millennium, it brought up so much materialism, and that is like our generation, right? Because for me, I had the understanding that brands like Balenciaga, Dior, Schiaparelli, all of those like big haute couture houses, right? I thought, like even like Balmain, I thought they are only for the rich, right? But as we've come into a capitalist world right now, as you can see, there are so many people that can afford these brands like Gucci, Givenchy, you know. What does that mean? That means that actually that means that it's not even luxury anymore. It has become so commercial. It's not so luxurious. It's not so, when you look at Gucci, all these prints, those bags, those prints that people wear, Gucci and whatever, I feel like they look common. If honestly, there's one time I was in was it Hong Kong, when I was still in school, and there was a line by Louis Vuitton. There was a queue for people to shop. And I remember telling the person I was with, and I was like, yo, if I'm buying a luxurious from a luxurious brand, and I'm supposed to feel special having this brand, why is there a queue? Why is there a line? Why do I have to line up? First of all, those bags don't even look special. I'm sorry to say, you know, like, I mean, they don't look special. The older ones used to look special, but these ones, you have the whole print on the bag. Louis Vuitton, yeah. You can rate my socio-economic class because of this item that I have. Does it make me unique? No, it makes me like everyone else, because I have to line up. I have to queue up. What's the difference between me and a person who was going to Zara if I have to queue up? I thought when I'm spending that money, I should be given a private room with champagne, personal shopper, or stylist, or whatever, you know, like, and whatever it is that I'm buying, I'm not going to go on the street and find 100 people wearing it, right? That's what luxury is supposed to be. Now, you saw how Balenciaga was in the last 5 years. I mean, I was also a victim. I kind of bought those. I love those Balenciagas, the ones that look like socks. Do you see how they be programming us, right? So I bought those. Yeah. Anyways, back to that brand. You guys, you really need to read about the ethos of your brands and what they stand for and what not, because you might be supporting some really dark shit. I'm telling you, some really dark shit that you saw of them using kids in a photo shoot. That is nothing. That's nothing compared to what like really goes on, right? So my point again being that you are what you wear, you are what you eat. Just like what you put in your mouth, what you put on your body should be as important, right? It should be as important. Like when you say a chef made very good food, you should be able to say, oh my god, the person who designed this, it makes me feel good. There's some things you wear and they make you feel bad. I guess it's because they were made by someone crying. Someone was really, really crying, right? While they were. So, someone was crying. So, this is how you iron on your Steve. For those of you who are wondering what I'm doing, but it's not even, it hasn't stuck. I have to do it one more time and maybe press longer. I'm hungry. Yeah, so you might be supporting people who are sacrificing children. You might be supporting people that are mistreating workers. Imagine wearing a top, but the person who made it was crying while they were making it. You think you're going to get any blessings from that? This person is cursing your ass out because you are demanding for a product that is mistreating them. So let me go back and cut so that we can start showing you guys. Like, how do they call that in law? Like, ignorance is no defense. You have to see how your stuff was made. You have to see why it was made. You have to know who made it. You have to know. That's why the fashion community right now is putting emphasis on the sustainable fashion community. That is putting a lot of emphasis on who made your clothes, because once you know I made your clothes, you wouldn't want to see me poor, like working for nada, just like what these factories be doing, these big brands, right? And oh my god, I'm so just excuse me, I'm so proud of humanity. Why? When I went Christmas shopping last time, I found Balenciaga empty. I don't know about anywhere else, but here in Zurich, Balenciaga was empty. You know what? This is going to be super awesome. I will keep on doing these. What do you think? I never used to do this because I didn't have studio space. Studio space. I'm gonna cut this. So I'm all over the place with this vlog, but I just need you to understand that you are what you wear. sometimes when you're there, you're seated, and then you get some sort of air that goes through you. Maybe that's one of those things, you know, like the karma from supporting people who support people, who torture people, who, you know. And on top of that, it's not even just human beings suffering, it's animals. So for me, I would be happy knowing that the shoes I'm wearing, like the leather, came from a cow that was loved before and cut and eaten, and the skin preserved for the leather. Meaning, like, the sourcing of this leather, where do they get it from, right? Where do they get it from? And I remember I worked for a brand that I was working in retail for this brand, and they are known for their leather. I won't mention the brand. It's a UK brand. They are known for their leather, right? So they were sourcing their stuff from India. And I saw pictures of the cows. It's so malnourished. So basically, these cows are they are grazed to provide leather. Basically, can you imagine? Okay, so now that we are done, we have our two pieces. Piece 1, piece 2. Remember, I told you the perfectly cut one is the one that's going to the top. You see? At least now you can see that pattern. Remember, this one I didn't care how it's placed. So what am I going to do? What I'm going to do is I'm going to sew the top here. Okay? So come with me. Perfect. Ich hoffe, meine. Oh my god, meine are cool. You start thinking in German. Okay. I need to be charging this phone. I'm not sure if I can go longer without me charging it. Go longer, make mama proud. And when we done, get into my legs. And when we're done, so hands on me, baby. Okay, let's do this. In a minute. Na, 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 na. What's going on? Okay. It's so hard to walk and talk, huh? I thought I would be talking. Okay, now that we're done, let me show you a trick. So now that we're done, if I unfold like this and iron, especially here around the curve, it's going to be hard. So what I'm going to do, is that I'm going to, you see where the seam is, I'm going to cut like maybe 0.5 millimeters. Okay, now let me go and iron. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay. Let's do this. How is your year so far, you guys? I think we kinda, I think humanity, we don't know how the time is running, right? Like we think we know, but we don't know. It's already in the teens of the month. Like, how did that happen, guys? How did that happen? And before you know it, it's going to be February, March. Oh my God. And then we'll all die. And the time goes very fast. You see? Now it's easy for me, especially around here in the curve here. If there was still a big amount of chunk of fabric, it would be hard for me to straighten it. So I'm going to press it down. Press it. Press. Okay. See? Now it's perfect. Okay, here comes now the joining of, you guys, excuse me, this is a one woman's job, okay? Don't be like, she keeps on moving. Okay, let's bring this huge dress. You guys, this is the third collar. Oh man, I hope I didn't mess up. But this is the third collar that I'm doing. Imagine, it's the third collar. Because I've never done such a collar, so okay. So now let's bring this here. This is the front. I'm going to start from the front because I'm going to start from the front because I want this thing to match. See what I meant? So there's an alignment here. What I'm going to do is, so we've established that the middle is here, right? So here is the middle. The middle is here. Okay. And I'm guessing the middle is here. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to pin this like this, right? And like this, yeah? Make sure it doesn't move. And I'm going to pin this. I'm going to pin this in place. Boom. See? So now I'm going to do that to the rest of the neckline. It's a bit complicated when you're dealing with a curve, but oh no, now it's big. Oh no, oh no. You see, I told you it's better it's bigger, because when it's bigger you can reduce it, but when it's smaller, what you gonna do? What you gonna do? What you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? Bad boys, bad boys. Okay, see, I made it big. It's too big. It's too big. Since it's too big, what we're gonna do is we're going to, you see this extra thing, remember when I added it there, but I think it's I'll leave it there for now, just in case. I think it's unnecessary, but who cares? So what did I find out about that Balenciaga? By the way, you guys, do you know that those elite people, they play a game on you, right? They play a huge game on you, because I forgot what I was going to say. They are all connected. They are all connected, because in the video, I mean in the pictures that made this brand go viral for everyone to question their ethos, the Section campaign featured Nicole Kidman. As you know, Nicole Kidman is an A-list Hollywood actress, right? What does that mean? That means she has access to information. She can be used to pass on a message. And then in her campaign photo shoot, there was more. You guys, if you want to know the rabbit hole of this fashion thing, there is also this Peter Nygaard guy, you know? There is Peter Nygaard. He used to be, I think, not a photographer. In the 90s, I know he worked with all those, Naomi Campbell, all of them. But he was a rapist, stroke. And there are so many of his victims. But you will find these celebrities. And remember that chick Naomi Campbell. You guys, I had cognitive dissonance in 2020 when so much information was coming out. I suffered a lot. Because I was like, oh my God, why do I know all this stuff? Why should I be knowing all this stuff? You know, it was depressing knowing that stuff. Imagine all your life thinking things are innocent, and then you're like, boom. So why am I bringing all that stuff? Is connected. That island, that man who allegedly killed himself in jail and did not kill himself. Missing children from Africa, from Asia. All these guys are connected, right? Like, all those things are connected. That's why I keep on insisting, like, if they will exploit little ones, how about adults who can work for them for free? Just imagine what goes on in those factories. What happens if someone dies from exhaustion? I'm sure they just bury them. Perhaps even maybe steal the organs. So you guys, we need to start holding these guys accountable. And in a couple of years, I really hope you guys never support these people. Last time when Gucci made a news for for one of its collections. People went haywire, blah blah blah, but then a couple of years later, people are back supporting Gucci. And I wonder, like, what's wrong with us human beings, right? Like, why can't we? Maybe they play some game of witchcraft on us to forget. I don't know. And when I say witchcraft, if you know, you know, like, these brands are not so, they're not innocent. Everything is connected. Let me tell you something. What you eat, what you listen to, which is the music, what you wear, all those things are connected. And they're connected to a specific group of people. So my point is, just as much as you care what you wear, just as much as you care what you listen to, those of you who care, because I understand there is a big amount of people who are sheep, who follow the crowd, you know. So me as a designer, it hurt my feelings. At some point I was like, what is it I'm doing wrong if, like, I don't get as much support? Oh well, I was just beginning and people didn't understand the concept of sustainability, but now they're getting it, right? So I'm just empowering you guys to support your local tailors, your local designers. Those guys are the ones going to be there for you in actual sense. If you need something, those guys are the ones who create community, not these brands, you know. Those guys, us guys, you know, we are the ones who create community. We are the ones who give value to tailoring. Even, like, you know, I don't like to call myself a tailor, but what's wrong with that? I remember I used to be offended when people in Uganda would call me a tailor. But it's fine, as long as it's a job. Okay. I'm done. Oh my god, I'm so happy because this thing has played me. This distance is taking a hold of me for sure. Very closer. I'm not my baby. I will love another baby. Closer. Okay, so Color Dawn. Do you know that guy? Do you know that guy on TikTok? Coriander Dan. Dan. Simmer. Chop for 15 minutes. Yo. Remember when I told you it's going to be big? I added and I said it's way better for it to be big than small. So I'm going to cut this cutting here, zoop, like zoop. I'm going to cut it, and yeah, look at that. I mean, look at this thing. Look at this thing. It's a collar. Let me first measure something. Oh no. It's a collar. How do you like that? And I love the fact that it's zoop, aligning. So let me iron. And wait. Yeah. Oh my god. So once I'm done with that, already inside we have this lining. So what I'm going to do is that I have to connect now these two. See? Because there is a lining inside and I had completely forgotten. So I'm going to do this like this. And I'm gonna join them. Oh, it's gonna be hard to find the middle. Middle is here for here. Hey, do you know that song? Do you like it? I'll leave that stuff for Beyonce. I can fly, I can fly. I feel love. Man, that's a jam. Our parents must have had fun, right? But you guys, let me ask you, when we were growing up, like, were we lucky? Because I was talking to my husband and I was like, kids these days have it so difficult. My goodness. Like, we were so lucky. We got away with so much. We got away, some of us got away with not having stuff at school and it was okay. You know, in this day and age, I don't know what it's like to be a parent. It must be really, really tough. Because I can't imagine not being able to provide for a child right now and how rampant bullying is and stuff. I would be devastated if I can't perhaps protect my child or whatever. And when we were growing up, those things of status didn't mean so much, you know, like oh, this one is the I mean, like, status mattered, but it was more of with knowledge. Like, that's how you got status. You're like, wow, she's smart, or this person is like this. But these days, people get notoriety for doing bad things as well. They get rewarded. So I'm thinking like there is no incentive to being good right now in our society for children. I feel bad, and they are really, really, really targeted everywhere. I don't know why this generation was targeted more than us. I don't know why do you think this generation was targeted? These kids of this generation, why do you think they have been targeted more than us? Like I don't understand the heavy programming of the children, heavy sexualization. I don't know. It wasn't like that for us. I mean, I remember that sexualization we got exposed to was very cultural, like in the sense, remember those songs of that lady, she was called Patra, and that's the vulgarity, quote unquote, that I got exposed to, which when you look at it right now, it's not even so vulgar. She'll say, I am a romantic girl, like, you know, baby, I am a romantic girl. Do you remember that chick? But these days, you turn on that TV and you're a child. If me an adult, I cannot even listen to WAP. Yo, I can't listen to WAP. That's so low vibrational. I ain't gonna listen to WAP. That's very low vibration. I'm not going to do that. Uh-oh. I have to pin again. It's not matching. But you get my drift. Why has this younger generation been heavily targeted? I need to know, like, why. You guys, if you have an answer, please let me know. Because I feel like we weren't so heavily targeted. These guys are so sexualized. We have to even fight to censor movies that are sexualizing children. That's something, right? That's really something. You have to censor. We have to create campaigns like, oh, ban this movie, it's not good. I remember the movie that was the series that was banned during our time was that Roots, the one that had Kunta Kinte, right? That was the one that was banned. And I think it was banned partly because it invoked rebellion in the black people, some sort of rebellion within black people, and also it made white people look very bad because Kunta Kinte. You remember in the 70s, like, you know, I love movies from the 70s. They are not censored. They said what it is that they said. Like, if it was this, they called it this. If it was the other, it was the other. It wasn't like these movies right now where they are so censored. So yeah, these days I'm watching either Korean movies or older movies. I'm not into Hollywood. Although there's one series, you guys, I watched on Netflix. I need you guys to watch it. Even though they cancelled it, they won't be doing a season 2. But for me, it's like they tell us the information, the secrets are in the movies, right? So you need to go and watch. It's $18.99. It's $18.99 on Netflix. Yeah, you need to watch it. It's a series. It's interesting. It's mind-blowing. You guys, I was mind-fucked. I was like, what? What the hell? I was mind-fucked. You know what? I'm not going to... Okay, let's do now the lining. I'm sewing the lining to the upper part. Let's do this. Why are you running? You have to be careful taking a pin. Sometimes you can sew over the pins like I do here, right? You can sew over the pins. But if your needle breaks, like this, although when I reach here, I go slowly. Yeah, you can totally sew with the pins on. You have to be careful not to break your needle. I don't know if you can see. Hi, Lala. Okay. By the way, you guys, if you have something that you need, you have material, whatever, and you need something made for you, holla at me. At least you know I made your clothes, okay, with love, okay? Okay. Imagine I had to, this is the final call I had to do. I'm okay. Do you miss work? Okay, I'll be done soon and I'll let you guys go. Okay, you see now it's connected to the lining, right? It does. It doesn't make sense, right? So now wait for it. I'm going to bring it out, boom, boom, boom. See, that's the lining. Now we are done. Now we are really done. So I'm going to iron, then I think I will do the zipper tomorrow. But we are done here. I'm going to cut off this extra thingy here. Here goes nothing. Like I remember I told you, remember, it's bigger is better, okay? Then you can cut. Now it's boom, straight. And then other side, do the same. This side gives me a hard time. So like this. Boom. So when we are going to I don't know if that zipper should run from up here because this is really thick. I think I'll let the zipper run up to here. Yeah. So let me iron, and I put it on the dummy, show you guys, and I will say bye bye. What is the time? It's 12. Okay. I still have to put lining. I still have to, yeah, I still have to put lining, unfortunately, and the zipper, lining, zipper, hemming. But I think I'm going to do that tomorrow because I have stuff to do. So let's iron this thing. When the dress is big, you can get tired. So let's just to wrap up for today, you guys, remember, you are what you wear, and do research on whatever brand, even if it's not fashion. Just do your research, what they believe in. And some brands are actually very transparent in telling you what it is they believe in. You know, they are very transparent. You go and read, we started this on the basis of that and the other, and then. Yeah. So once you've ironed, okay. Phew. Let me iron the front. Fronty. So I'm going to dress that dummy, the white one. Yeah, I guess that's more like it. Let me pin this. I'm going to pin this, guys. Okay, so for today I will leave this here. I have to buy the zip. I have to add lining to make it a little bit full. Other than that, I'm done. So it was nice chatting with you guys. If you haven't seen the full video, I'm going to post it now. It was nice chit-chatting with you guys. I'm wishing you a nice week. I love you. And if you have material and you're best in, even if you're not best in Zurich, honey, we are mobile now. I can reach you wherever you are. Send me your fabric. We can figure something out. And yeah, I can make you something custom made and something loved. Okay? So I wish you guys a nice rest of your day. Bye. Thanks for hanging out with me. Bye.